Hello, 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 hello. It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. Whew. I did not preset this recording, and I should have. That's what made me a little late coming in, and I do apologize. But I'm human. Had a lot of focuses. We had a lot to cover today. So I'm only going to wait like about 2 or 3 minutes before I start. Because if you're not catching it for real, then I hope that you're catching it on replay. Jump the gun a little, even though I'm going to go back to it and let you know that one of the things that I will be working on today, or what will be on my hook today. I don't like it when the glue gets on the yarn. And that's what we got going on right now. I guess I'll just cut it. I don't like to waste yarn, and I'm losing a whole foot and some, like 15 inches of yarn here. But you can see the glue got stuck to it and I couldn't get it off. So what I'm going to be working with is just yarn purchased at Dollar Tree. And I will be working with the colors yellow and classic blue. And I will tell you why a little later these colors were chosen. And I'll tell you what it is later. But as for right now, I am going to literally get started. And I did not bring any stitch markers in here with me. That means I'm going to have to count repeatedly. Because I need to do like 150 of these foundation half double crochets. I do ask that when you come in, please hit the thummy. Please hit that like button and let me know who you are. I'll see that you're here. I just want to know who's here. I'm just doing a foundation chain. Yeah, my foundation row, I should say, of half double crochets. And I am starting with the blue. Okay, we're gonna go ahead on and get started. Like I said, if you're not in the room, hopefully you're catching this on replay, and I don't want to bore you. So once again, I am your baby boomer, Kitty Lane. I got a little mess going on here. There we go. I am your baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia. Welcome to Come On in the Room with Create and Relate. This morning, I want to say, first of all, thank you to all of my subscribers. I really, really, really do appreciate you. Those who are first-time seers, I hope that something in this broadcast inspires you to subscribe. The numbers are growing, and I'm really happy with that. I do ask that you try to watch the video all the way through. I promise I will not keep you all day. Just a little bit of time here. I will be doing some teaching as well as going over some things. The first thing I wanted to do was give flowers. I always believe in giving flowers where flowers are due. And being that I am 15 months in, I want to kind of go back and say thank you to those in our community who are responsible for me being here. The first two I have to name, I have to say Mikey from the Crochet Crowd, because I started watching him way back in 2011. And he was the only one that I knew back then. And I followed him for years. And when I finally decided to get serious about the possibility of starting a channel, I started also following Tony Lipsy. And I hope I said her name right. If not, that's going to be the last time I try it. I don't like messing up people's names. But Tony from T.O. Yarncraft. I picked Tunisian crochet back up because of her, and started doing some amazing things. I even made a couple of blankets. I made a scarf with my Tunisian crochet. It is not my choice of crochet, but it is something that I like to break the monotony of what I do. My thing is tapestry crochet. I love it. I absolutely love it. The changing of the colors, to watch something grow one line at a time, is absolutely fascinating to me. So that's what I do. And then I got into Juan the Yarn Addict, Carrie and Maureen and Froggy and Sarah, and there were others, Drea, and there was a young lady, Saray, who was doing the RV life, and she crocheted as well. And I don't know what happened to her. It's like every now and then she would pop up, but I absolutely loved her videos. I really did. And of course, Lisa from Happy to Hook. Ugh. I learned a lot from Lisa. Lisa kind of got me back into not back into, kind of got me into amigurumi. I was never really a fan of it. I had tried several times and it just didn't work out for me. And seeing how she was just putting things out, I was like, I gotta try it. And of course, Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, I made my first wearable. Watching her and following one of her tutorials, she did a t-shirt and I turned it into a dress. And I absolutely loved it. And I learned a lot about wearables for plus size women through her. Um, I don't mean to leave anybody out. There were many, many more. I don't know if I said one, definitely. And then as I started going along, I ran into people like Sunita and well, I call her Mama, Mama C from Miss C's Cottage, and Auntie Setta and Jessica SMC. And I'm saving, I'm holding on to one. I am. Y'all know how I feel about my Michelle. Michelle has taught me, has mentored me, has made it possible for to keep myself here. Um, she has taught and still is teaching me how to do this to my brain. I'm one who can start a project. I love creating. I can follow a pattern. I can follow tutorials. But I'm happiest when I'm creating. The problem with that is midstream doing a project, I get a wild hair idea about something else, and I want to jump on that right away, or I want to alter the plans I had for this, and it goes another way. The mind of a creator who doesn't write things down. I don't write things down that other people will understand, but I do kind of take notes and jot things down. But those are the people, and then there are many others. There are many, many, many others. And I was really winding around to Michelle because when I feel like I can't take that next step or I don't know what to do, I feel like pulling my hair out by the roots, I get a breathe. And then she says, no, breathe. And I love her for that. There are those behind the scenes that I have to give thanks to. Lana, who 9 times out of 10 is here, unless for some unforeseen reason she can't be, and Pebbles. From the moment we met, there was just a connection there. And here again, saving mine, Joan. If Joan does not hear from me in a couple of days, trust me, my phone will start blowing up. And I love her for it, and I thank her for it. Um, it just, sometimes, especially since the lockdown happened in 2020, we kind of get comfortable in that no contact space. It's not that we forget the outside world, it's that we've learned how to make ourselves busy in our little bubble. And we're not really intentionally excluding anybody, but we've become content in that little bubble. So for those, especially those two, Joan and Michelle, for those two who say, hey, where are you? I love you both. I love all of you. But I really appreciate the fact that y'all make me step outside of that. I'm happy right here. Thank you for that. Okay. Whew, we got that done. I wanted to remind everybody, please, when you come in, leave your thumbs. Leave your thumbs. I know I said it before. I'm going a little more in depth with it. Even if you're catching this on replay, please leave a thumb and try to watch the video all the way to the end. I am really trying to make some things happen, and it's going to take that. I want my channel to grow. I want my channel to grow so that I can present more to you. I'm really happy teaching you all ASL, and I'm really happy when I can show you all tutorials. and come and show you the things that I've worked on. You all are such an embracing community, and I appreciate you for that. And sometimes when you're feeling a little down or something and you're working on something and be like, there's always somebody there to say, oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, keep going. Don't stop. And it makes you really feel good. Uh, okay, I'm going to skip down my list a little bit and give you the health update. Now, I have an ingrown toenail and it's really, really hurting. When I went to the doctor last week, she gave me two options. Option number one, the podiatrist for Gen Care in this area was there in that office and could have taken care of it that day. This was the same podiatrist I went to see last year for a different problem I had with my feet. I didn't even remove my shoes. She diagnosed what was going on with my feet through socks and shoes. I didn't want this woman to touch my feet. Option number two, take the cotton off of a Q-tip. Use these pointed tweezers, numb the area, and pack under the nail. Of course, every time you take a shower or at the end of the day, or if it gets dirty, you have to remove it and redo it. Well, all that digging around under there makes it hurt. And then Saturday, no, Sunday. Sunday, I dropped a 40-bottle case of water on that toe. And it has been throbbing ever since. My medicine for pain is sleep. So there has been a lot of sleep going on, which takes me back to the 24-hour challenge that I did. I started at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, and I was supposed to end 8 o'clock Sunday morning. 4 o'clock Sunday morning, I was like, bump this, and I went to bed. So out of the 20 hours that I dedicated, I'm missing something. But anyway, out of the 20 hours that I dedicated to crochet, I only actually crocheted about 10 of those hours, which I don't think was bad. I don't think that was bad at all. If you remember, this was full of nothing but pieces. Well, I have 4 brand new balls in here now, which means that 6 of those pieces are gone. Those 6 pieces turned into 4.5 washcloths. For some reason, I didn't bring the 4 in here, probably because I was rushing and I didn't grab them, but this is the half. This is the half. And I am using these 2 colors to create it. Most of my washcloths are 12 by 12. They tend to run as small as 10 by 10 because I'm only using single crochet and half double crochet. The peaches and cream tend to make the larger washcloths, whether I'm using the single crochet or the half double crochet. The other one that I'm using is Big Twist cotton and Temu cotton. The Big Twist cotton is 85% cotton and 15% polyester, I believe. And the others are 100% cotton. But the peaches and cream tends to be a little coarse, which I don't mind. I just use more coconut oil. because the washcloths are amazing after they go through that first wash and dry. If I could, I'm not going to get up and go over there, but I guess you know where my office is. So with me rebuilding my stock, they're like right over there, and they make really, really nice, pliable but sturdy washcloths. And I don't mind using them on my face. I have a thing about necklines. I think necklines are absolutely beautiful, like from the chin down to here. And I applaud all of my women who don't mind, showing the neckline. I just think it's a beautiful part of a woman. All women, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Um, so the other thing that I worked on, I know you're gonna say, "Oh, she did granny squares." I did, but they're the open granny squares, every last one of them. So I didn't bore myself out. I made 6, 7, 8, 9 completed. And was it 9 or 10? 9. 9 completed. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This one's still attached to the ball. What I stopped at that 24-hour challenge, I didn't pick any of that back up. I wanted to be completely transparent. So I've got these pieces. Like I said, I'm going to try to do that challenge at least once a week. So hopefully the next go round, this will be completed and all of the extra balls will be done just to show you this is what I have left in my cotton bin. I've got 2 balls and 2 cones. So I was working it out. Now, as far as my other scrap yarn is concerned, this, after I pulled those 5 balls out that were too small, one of them was a number 1, 2 of them were 2s, and 2 of them were 3s. So I pulled those out. But this is all I have left here. And this was completely full. This was overflowing, actually, because when I slid it into the cubby hole, I always had to push the yarn down to get it in there. So I don't think I did bad at all making those squares out of that. Now, when Sunday came around, I was probably up and around maybe 3 hours of Sunday. I took a 24-hour challenge, actually did 20 hours, and then I turned around and slept for 30 hours. That's what it felt like. But I did work on, when I got up yesterday morning, I started working on my shirt again. I think the last time you saw it, hi Denise, how are you, sister? I think the last time you saw it, I was down to here. Well, this has grown. It's all the way down to here. It's just about at the top of my hip bone now. I guess you can see where it kind of flares out at the side. And that's not only because of my hips, it's because of my falupa as well. I am noticing how I want to change things when I do another top. So I am going to be working on, well, I've already started on another top. And this one, as I showed in the beginning, is going to be blue and yellow, or blue, and my daughter would see it as blue and gold. Eventually, it's going to be her top, but I am going to wear it first. Just saying. I couldn't make a top and let her see it and not have another one. I never hear it now. Y'all, the dress that I made myself, I'm still hearing about the dress. Yeah, you promised me one. Yeah, you told me you were gonna make me one. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be your old lady by the time. I guess I'll be your age. So to eliminate all of that, started this one today. Hopefully, I'll get the neckline at least done today, and maybe to the point where I connect it under the arms. The things that I would change about this is I went head on and bordered one arm, one armhole. I'm thinking about taking it out because without the border, it fit just perfectly. And being that what I did was half double crochet space, half double crochet space, I trimmed it in single crochet, which made it stretch a little bit wider, and it makes it kind of gappy. It'll poke out a little bit. And I'm not crazy about the gappy. This side fits fine. So what I think I'm going to do is border this side in the single crochet and just reduce a little, like maybe every 10 stitches or something, reduce just to keep it at the fit. Maybe a little smaller than that. I don't know. But I don't want to make it any smaller. But I definitely don't like the fact that it's bigger and gappy. Also, what I will do differently is I have this little pattern going on in the back. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I just let the hook do its thing, and it was pretty. And I would definitely keep that, but I would also do some kind of pattern in the front. Like instead of just leaving under the nape completely open, I would close in some spaces to make a pattern up there. And then, of course, keep it solid across the bra line. And then maybe go like I did in the middle here with the half double chain, half double chain. I don't mind playing peekaboo. I don't. Also, I have to make two more of these because I like the way that fits up top. I like the way it fits up top so much that I want to turn this into a dress. But being that I was using my scrap yarn to make this, I just pulled my purples and pinks. To make this, I want to be a little more intentional with my colors when I make the dress. I still have my mandala. I forget the name of it, but it's the one that I made my dress out of. It's like the rainbow colors, but I forgot the name of it because I have two full cakes of that. So I'm thinking that's going to be another dress. The dress that I made, I am going to frog it. Yes, I've worn it several times. Yes, it's been washed several times. But I'm going to make me another dress out of that one. We're going a little different with the style of that one. I did it. I wore it. I'm proud of it. I have pictures of it. I'm happy. So that's where that one is going. Okay. So that's the update there. Back to the health update. We started the weight challenge, was supposed to start last Sunday. I actually started it this Sunday as my daughter went and got a battery for my scale. So I don't mind telling you that my beginning weight, and I didn't bring my weight journal, but I'm going to go ahead and write it down. Okay. My weight for Sunday was 330.4. For Monday, it was 331.2. And then this morning when I took it, it was back down to 330.8. I know typically you don't weigh yourself every day, but because of my heart condition, I have to weigh myself every day. We don't want fluid to collect around my heart or any other parts of my body. So I have to weigh myself every day. And if there's a huge fluctuation, I have to let my doctor know. So we're going to go with today. I will let you all know what my weight is from now on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Those are my live days. And like I said, today it was 330.8. So from the time we got the battery until today, I've only gained 0.4. So I'm not disappointed in that. I'm not disappointed in that at all. And the difference is when I weighed Sunday, it was right after my shower, right after I dried off, had not put anything on yet. So that was the birthday suit weight. And today's, I was fully dressed. So if this only weighs 0.4 pounds, great. I have a feeling it weighs a little more, so I would probably be a little less on the scale, but we're going to stick with that 330.8. Okay, so what am I sipping on? I am sipping on good old purified drinking water from Great Value, which is Walmart's brand, and I'm loving it. I have not had my coffee yet today. I've been up since about 6 o'clock this morning. Thank you to my toe. I rolled over and I kicked it with my other foot, and it woke me up right away. And I have been awake ever since. Okay, I've done well. I went through, oh no, there is one very important thing that I have to reiterate. I put out the video finally yesterday. Still having complications with this internet thing, but we're going to keep pushing and we're going to keep trying. And just like I did yesterday, I started trying to put that video out Sunday, and I was finally able to get it out last night. So I'm happy that I did, because this week's video star of the week is absolutely amazing. I've not seen her do any type of stitch work or fiber work whatsoever. What I have seen her do is turn a cardboard box into a miniature storage system. I have seen her take cardstock and turn them into gift boxes and greeting cards and gift boxes. And oh my goodness, the woman is amazing. When I talk about binging this woman, I happened across her channel Sunday. I happened across her channel Friday. And while I was crocheting on Saturday, Shih Tzu was on my TV. Sunday, while I was sleeping, I was listening to the rain sounds of the Amazon with the birds chirping in the back. And then I switched to bossa nova music from the Audio Accessibles channel, which is manned by Michelle of Yes, Michelle Crochets. Y'all, I'm telling y'all need to check out the music over there. It's different genres, and it is absolutely amazing. You get your motivational music, I assume, for in the morning or whenever you wake up or whenever you need that little boost. And it's like 10 to 15 minutes long. And then you get an hour plus of just crochet. I call it crochet music, or just sit back and relax music, or just get things done. I found myself writing to it one day, and I haven't really sat down and written anything. And I'm an author, I'm a published author, but I had not done that in a while. And I found myself, I actually wrote out like 2 chapters of a sequel to my novel, just listening to the music. The music is amazing. And like I said, it's different genres. I'm in love with the bossa nova. So that's what I tend to gravitate to. But I'm telling you, all of it is amazing. All of it. There's jazz. Uh there's like this upbeat. She describes all of it in the title, but because I keep going back to the bossa nova, I'm telling you, the the um the binary music that would normally put you to sleep, that's writing music for me. That is writing music for me. That's like the monks drum, the ding, or what we call the gong or the bell. You know, you hear that, and then you just hear this long tone. And to me, that's like 2 or 3 paragraphs. And then when it stops, you take a breath and you go back when you hear the next tone and you just write, 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 write. It works. It works for me. And I'm hoping it can work for you all. Please go check that out. Okay, now on to the fun part. I know you've been waiting. You've been waiting. So we're going to turn this slightly over here so that you can see all of this space here. So I asked you at one point how you felt about learning fruits and vegetables in ASL and sign language. And a few people chimed in and said that they would absolutely love it. And I'm glad. When we first started out and I was teaching the alphabet, I taught you the very first one we're going to go over today. I'm not going to say learn because we've already learned it. And if you remember, you do your X hand and you just twist it at your cheek. Do you remember what that was? Apple. Apple. Okay. First of all, today we're covering fruits and vegetables. So fruits and vegetables. Okay? Your F hand, wave it, fruits, and then you bring that hand across. That means and, open, then close, and vegetables, pointer to middle finger. Okay? So today, fruits and vegetables. Vegetables, veggies. So going back would be the apple. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Okay. I love you too. You know, I just got through talking about you. And audio accessibles. Yes. But since you're here, I want you to hear it. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being my mentor, for being my sister, for being my guide, and for helping to keep the squirrel in the cage. So, because it be bouncing. And I want to thank you for teaching me to breathe when I get to those hard moments. So thank you. And I love you for that. And when I go missing for a few days, you will put a sister in check. Yes, ma'am. And I love it. Thank you. Okay, so apple, apple. Now we're going to go to I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Forgive me. Artichoke, artichoke. It's like you are forming the artichoke. Do you know what an artichoke looks like? It's like a pineapple without the bush at the top. You take those little diamonds and you grow them out into fingers, all growing up. Each one. Just so artichoke. It's like you're forming the artichoke. The next one, see if you can figure this one out. You make a bowl with your non-dominant hand, and with your dominant thumb, you keep the fist, and with the thumb, you're digging out that pit. Avocado, avocado. Okay? This one I think is easy. Banana. Banana. You're peeling the banana. And pointer, non-dominant hand, dominant hand, you're just pulling away from it. That's berries. Berries. And here's the funny thing about that. Berries, blackberry, blueberry, raspberry. Because there is no sign for rasp, you spell raspberry all the way out. Raspberry. Raspberry. And strawberry. It's like holding the greens back and biting into the strawberry. Strawberry. But it's a berry. But it has its own sign. Okay, now we're not going alphabetical anymore. Or that's corn. Your finger becomes an ear of corn, and you bite along. Corn. Which takes us to another biting one. Only you bite with your hand. And if you think about the little character on the Looney Tunes, our favorite Bugs Bunny, how he always has that carrot and he chomp, 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 chomp. Carrot. Carrot. Okay. Relaxed fist with your left hand, with your non-dominant hand, and with your dominant hand. Grapes. It's like picking grapes off the vine. That confused me a little because all the grape picking I ever did, I was picking from up high. But if you pick from up high, that's raisins. I guess because they say the sun ripens the raisins. The only grapes I ever had to pick off the vine like that was Scuppernongs. Yes, I'm a country girl, and I love it. Because Scuppernong season in September, out there when it's not too hot, not too cold, and you go out there and pick all the Scuppernongs you want and leave drunk as a cootie bird. Trust me, you eat enough Scuppernong grapes, you're going to get it. You are going to feel it. So this is grapes. And to pick them from up high, it's raisins, which are dried up grapes. You take the C hand and brush the cheek. C hand, brush the cheek. That's peach, like peach fuzz. So C hand, peach. Okay. This is where I got confused before. This is not artichoke. You're going from the fat part and you're building it up skinny. That's a pear. Pear. And how many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. If you think about the pursed lips and the letter L, that's lemon. Lemon. Some people, I learned this from dating a deaf person, will do this. And what that is the green lemon for lime. But it seems that it's starting to gravitate to actually spelling out lime. Lime. I like better. Okay, to recap what we've done, first of all, today we went over some fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. And some of them were apple, apple, artichoke, artichoke, avocado, avocado, banana, banana, berries, berries, strawberry, strawberry. This one I'm going to show you and I meant to, but I'm going to show you, and that's cherry. It's just like berries, only with the pinky. And that's pulling that cherry off the stem. Cherry. Carrot. Carrot. Corn. Corn. Pear. Pear. Lemon. Lemon. Lime. Lime. Or Lime. Lime. I think oh, no. I forgot. The grapes and the raisins. Yes. And peach. Peach. Now I'll probably go over all these again Thursday, but this one I have to show you because this is my favorite vegetable. Oh my God, it's my favorite leafy vegetable. And that's, can you tell me what that is? Of course, it's spinach. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, simple spinach. And it reminds you of Popeye. So those are our fruits and one more time, our fruits and vegetables for today. Okay? Remember, I learn as you learn. Okay? So I'm learning all of this and I'm passing it along to you. And I just recently reached out to someone of the deaf community who has agreed to work with me. So hopefully we'll be doing a lot of videoing. I'm not even sure where he's from. I reached out to Shaheem some years ago. Shaheem is a dancer and an actor. He is completely deaf, but he goes by vibrations with his dance. And I don't know if you all have heard of Keita the Kid or Keita the Dancer. If you're familiar with Kendrick Lamar, he dances with and for him. He's also danced on his own. He's been on World of Dance. There was another one, but he's amazing. That kid and he's been dancing since he was a little tot. I mean, like Michael Jackson danced, and all the updated. Oh, he has danced against Les Twins. If you know anything about the underground dancing, I love watching dancing as well. And he has gone up against them. They taught him a lot, but he has taught them a few things too. This kid is amazing. His brother is Shaheem, and Shaheem is completely deaf. Shaheem, every now and then, will teach ASL on Instagram and TikTok. I've not seen him on YouTube. But the other young man, we're trying to solidify everything now. And we're going to see sometimes when I learn how to split screens and everything, I might invite him up and we do lessons together to show everybody so you can see exactly how fluent he is with it. And, because I'm learning a lot from him. And I want to pass that knowledge along. He and I have the same dream that we wish that sign language was taught. ASL was a mandatory language taught in schools because it's not fair to the deaf community and the hard of hearing community to have to go out and learn this separately. And then we don't mind it. That's not what I'm saying, but it's like a lot on us to have to go out and learn it and then turn around and teach it so that we can communicate with our small circle. And we just feel like our circle would be so much more broad if it were a part of life, and many of us, I know I have just about all my life, talk with our hands anyway. So to introduce this as a language, you go to most other countries, English is a second language taught there, and it's mandatory. But our second languages are electives, you know. We're going to leave that there. Yep. But guys, that is what I wanted to talk about. Kind of held my breath on that one a little bit too long. So, like I said, to all of my people out there who have helped me to grow and to get to where I am, I want to thank you. And I did send out that special thank you to Michelle, and I'm so glad she's here. Thank you. And Joan, I do. I thank those two so much. And please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell that's got the dimples so that you always know when I'm dropping fresh new content. And like I said, re-up or to let you know what happened on my 24-hour challenge. I actually crocheted about 20 hours, slept about 30 hours. I got 4.5 washcloths done. I got 9 completed squares connected. They're the open granny squares. And I got 7.5 other ones that need to be completed and connected. I don't know how big that's going to be when I get tired of it. Maybe when I finish that tote, I've got a little less than a third of a tote of scrap balls left in that tote that was running over. As far as the washcloths are concerned, that is all I have left in my tote. And I haven't touched the cones because I think I want to make those washcloths the color of those cones. What I have in my pouch, I have 4 brand new cakes balls. And this is all that I have left up top. This was jam-packed with remnants. So I was able to get all of that down. This one is a cake that I made, and I got it down to a size where it would fit in here. So that was relatively new. So really, from the beginning of what was in here, it was only this that's left. I don't see, okay, there it is. It's only this that's left. Up top, that's 1, 2, 3. Just those 3. Yep, that's all that's left. And these other 5 are what I put in after starting the challenge. So I'm pleased with that. I am. And like I said, I didn't work on those anymore because I wanted to be completely transparent and show you what I did and did not do. I only spent about half of that time actually crocheting because life goes on. We had things we had to do. You know, we got grandkids, and I got my baby girl here. And, you know, the family needs time too. I think my daughter and I played, what was the name of the game? Perfection. I had never played it before, but she taught me how to play it, and we played it, and we had fun. You know, so that took about an hour. And yeah, so, and those of you who didn't see it, this is where I am on my shirt. I've actually trimmed one armhole. I'm going to take this loose and redo it because when I did it, it made the armhole a little bigger and gappy. This one still fits perfectly. So I'm going to make some adjustments to this one. And I'm all the way down to like the top of my hip. And I guess you can see where it flares out because I've got a wide falupa and wide hips. I don't have a big butt, but I got wide hips. And what I started on today, using Just Yarn, yellow, and classic blue, I'm doing another shirt. And I'm going to wear it first. It's for my oldest daughter, but I'm wearing it first. I am. But I know, and the way I'm going to give it to her, I'm going to have my other one in the bag. And I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to ride in the scooter over there to her. And she's going to be like, Mama, seriously? And my colors too? And then I'm going to say something like, oh, so I guess you want this too, huh? And she's going to be like, Mama, you didn't even. And I'm going to take it off and give it to her. And then I'm going to pull mine out of the bag and put it on. That's the kind of jokey jokes we do. It's fun. But you guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. I really, really, really do. Like I said, if you did not catch it, please, please, when you jump on the replay, don't forget to leave your thumbs and please try to watch it all the way through. I enjoyed the ASL lesson today. I'm looking forward to collabing with, I'm not even saying his name right now, but I'm looking forward to a possible collab so that we can do this together, bring this to you all together. And maybe we can introduce him to crochet. Hey, wouldn't that be amazing? Please don't forget your video star of the week, Sherry from the Posh Paper Lady. Please check out that video. Like I said, I jumped on today. I didn't put anything in the description box today. But it's the Posh, Posh, Paper, Paper Lady. The Posh Paper Lady. She's been on the YouTube streets for 7 years. She makes amazing things out of things you would not think possible to make things out of. She really, really does. I mean, right now, based on what I've seen from her and the technique that she uses, the containers that I use to keep my washcloths in, I am looking at 3 of them in here. If I'm not mistaken, I have 6. I think I have 3 green and 3 teal, if I'm not mistaken. I am going to turn one of them into a crochet hook bin. I am. She shows you how to turn these into collapsible folders. Yeah, yeah. And I was expandable folders is what I meant. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've been trying to come up with a filing. I have a filing cabinet, but it's full. I've got poems, patterns, keepsakes from the kids' schools, so it's like almost overrunning. And I keep telling myself I'm going to go through it. I can't get rid of my poems. Everything in there we kind of need. So I've been looking for something else that I could use to like sort my bills and, regular household stuff, patterns that I come up with now, those types of things. And when she showed that, I was like, that's the answer right there. That is the answer right there. So I have plenty of these. It's like once I get my yarn straightened out like I want it, excuse me, then I will probably have about like this one. This used to be the kids' toy chest. So it's all out of shape, but I don't want to throw it away. So if I turn it into a file and get one of my newer ones to use, I have like 3 or 4 black ones that I can use for like the file drawer. I got what I need right there. So yeah, please check her out. Please check her out. She is absolutely amazing. And in everything you do, always remember to please be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. Remember, Kitty Lane told you. Remember, Kitty Lane loves you. And until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody.